Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 9, Rajavidya and Rajaguhya Yoga. Royal Knowledge and the King of Secrets. I accept with joy whatever I am offered in true devotion, fruit or water, leaf or flower. The gift is love, the dedication of your heart. Verse 1. Since you're so receptive, Arjuna, I will now reveal the most mysterious and profound secret. Having this knowledge will liberate you from the sorrows of worldly existence. This is the royal road of ultimate knowledge, the king of secrets, knowledge of both the visible and the invisible Godhead. This is purifying knowledge, fully in accord with Dharma, truth-based living. It is easy to practice and a joy to hold. Once you know this secret, you cannot lose it. The divine mystery unveiled. The unmanifested Godhead pervades and originates everything, unconfined and unattached to all. I, Brahman, the supreme Godhead, in my unmanifested, invisible form, pervade everything and every creature in the universe. I am the origin of everything that is and is not. All beings in all the worlds exist in spirit within me and depend on me, but I do not abide in them because that would limit me. This is the divine mystery of me as the unmanifested Godhead. I am never confined, attached, changed, or in any way limited. As birds fly across the sky, leaving no trace, I, like the sky, am ever myself, unaffected by anything of the phenomenal world. All beings dissolve back into unmanifested matter. At the end of a kalpa, a cosmic day of Brahma consisting of a full cycle of earthly aeons, billions of years, all beings dissolve into my unmanifested matter, which at that point is the seed of their next coming to be. Then, at the beginning of the next cycle, I generate them again, sending them onward at the moment of creation, infusing matter with spirit and animating nature. Again and again, I animate nature to bring forth this multitude of forms and beings, infusing spirit into their matter and subjecting all to the laws of their own nature. Under my watchful eye, the laws of nature take their course. With me presiding over the proceedings, the animate and inanimate manifest, and the wheel of the world is set revolving. Essential human empathy, Christ consciousness, etc. People who are unaware of my transcendent majesty cannot relate to me. They do not know that I am their very soul. They disregard me when I come into the world clad in a body and relate to me just as an ordinary mortal. Their ignorance makes their lives fraught with pain and disaster. The selfish ones, their minds ever agitated and never in peace, lead a hurtful life. The slothful ones live a hazy, lazy life of ignorance, seeking only to satisfy their bodily needs. All hopes and actions of these ignorant souls are in vain. But the great souls, Mahatmas, are different. Guided by their more divine nature and knowing, my true nature, they love me and offer constant devotion to me, and they bear great love for others. As the mind takes on the coloring of that which it constantly glorifies, these people steadfastly revering me and always absorbed in me, God, literally become this love. They turn godlike and eventually merge in me. Great souls see the face of Brahman in everything. Other great souls, those on the path of knowledge, venerate me as the one God in many. They have come to know that my attributes and forms are inexhaustible. They see my million faces in everything and everyone. To them, all things and all beings in the universe are aspects of this one self, God. Purification through constant contact with Brahman. I am the one thing worth knowing, and I am the enabler of all knowing. As water gets purified by filtering through earth and other things are purified by being washed in water, mankind gets purified by contact with me. I am the syllable Aum, the very sound of divinity. The inner witness, life in the whole storehouse from which it returns. I am the goal at the end of all paths. I am the inner witness in every human. I am your only lasting shelter, all beings dwell in me. I am the beginning of creation, the well-wisher of it and the dissolution of it. I am the storehouse into which all life returns when creation dissolves, and I am the everlasting, imperishable seed from which it again springs. Brahman is the germ that lies hidden. I give the heat of the sun. I let loose the food-giving rain, and I withhold it. I am both being and non-being. In my visible form, I am the cosmos. In my invisible form, I am the germ that lies hidden. Humanity gets what it seeks. Death and rebirth continue for those attached to enjoyment, even enjoyment of heaven. Those who follow rituals and refrain from bad deeds, who offer worship and pray for heaven, they eventually reach those heavenly planes and share in celestial pleasures. But when the merits they earned in life are spent, they return to this world for yet another birth-death cycle. Caught by their own attachment to enjoyment, even the joy of heaven, they continue to come and go. Verse 22, the King of Secrets. If you constantly revere God, you will be safeguarded and provided for. Now listen carefully, Arjuna. This is the King of Secrets, the crown jewel, the law of life at the spiritual level. If you think of me only and constantly revere and worship me with your mind and heart, undisturbed and undistracted, I will personally carry the burden of your welfare. I will provide for your needs and safeguard what has already been provided. Note, this is the same message as Jesus said in the New Testament when he remarked that birds do not gather their hay in barns, and yet God still takes care of them. The receiver of all offerings. Those who faithfully make offerings to other deities are really worshiping me, though through a more limited path. I, the divinity in all, am the receiver and enjoyer of all offerings, all worship, all devotion. Minor gods give those who pray to them things in the world that only entangle them more and more in the earthly. I alone have the power to fulfill people's prayers without snarling them in attachments. I do this to increase their devotion and to further their spiritual development. Devote all to divinity who receives all. I accept with joy whatever I am offered in true devotion, fruit or water, leaf or flower. The gift is love, the dedication of your heart. Devotion alone gains access to divinity. Therefore, Arjuna, whatever you do in the world, whatever you eat, sacrifice, give up, or give away, even your suffering, offer it all to me. Dedicate everything to me, divinity. By offering all your actions to the divine, you surrender your selfish attachment to their fruits, and this frees you from the karmic consequences of your actions, whether the consequences are pleasant or painful. With your mind unshakably on this path of renunciation, you will be united with me. Brahman and divinity dwell even in the misguided. I dwell even in the misguided. Know, Arjuna, that the change from profligacy to purity is not uncommon. If a person soiled with the wayward actions of a lifetime but turns to me in utter devotion, I see no sinner. Newfound dedication can quickly refashion one's nature. Know this for certain, no one devoted to me falls. There is no such thing as a sinful or wicked birth. Where there is a hurricane of love in the mind and heart, all human distinctions vanish.